Hey guys, welcome to our channel Luxify. This video will guide you on a list of the 10 highest paid celebrities of 2020 so far. Now before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out when we upload new videos. Many aspire to live the lives of celebrities and walk in their shoes for the day. Red carpets, money, houses, cars, luxury holiday, collaborations, brand deals, and having so many designer clothes that you don't even know where to fit them all. The thing that grabs people's attention the most is just how much money successful celebrities can make throughout their career. Now, let's see what exactly they get up to with all that money. Get ready for fancy homes, luxury boats, and of course, private jets. Number 10 is none other than Dwayne Johnson, otherwise known as The Rock. If you've seen a movie poster, trailer, or just been on one of your social media accounts, the chances are you have probably come across his face many times. Back in 2019, he topped the list as the highest paid actor in the world. Just to give you a small idea as to how much he earns, he was paid an absolutely eye-watering $700,000 per episode for his series Ballers, and also earned millions of dollars for his roles in Jumanji. According to Forbes' 2020 list of highest paid celebrities, The Rock is pulling in $85.9 million this year alone. The Rock is one of the co-founders of a production company called 7Bucks. The production studio teams up with other renowned names to produce massive blockbuster hits. These include Skyscraper, Fighting with My Family, and Rampage. The Rock has the best of both worlds, producing films that he can then star in himself. When The Rock isn't making and starring in movies, he has plenty of other things to keep him busy. His most recent home purchase was a $9.5 million farm in Georgia. Number 9. LeBron James makes $88.2 million a year for the LA Lakers. By his sophomore year of high school, he was already gracing the covers of magazines where writers speculated that he would become the greatest basketball player of all time. Of course, depending on who you ask, most people would agree. After playing with the Cleveland Cavaliers, then the Miami Heat, LeBron James made a huge change and joined the LA Lakers. His contract for the LA Lakers is worth around $153 million. Basketball isn't the only way that he makes his fortune. LeBron has also had many endorsements, contracts including Coca-Cola, Dunkin' Donuts, State Farm, and let's not forget Nike. He also owns Spring Hill Entertainment production company that has been behind documentaries, animated shows, and even game shows. LeBron owns several properties. In 2018, he purchased a $23 million house in Brentwood. The house has stark white walls, open living space with a gourmet kitchen, marbled countertops, and even a black marble bar downstairs. Number 8. Howard Stern. The reason Howard comes in at number 8 on our list is because he earns an estimated $90 million a year. He can be a bit of a controversial character. It doesn't seem to have stopped him from making his millions. He started his radio career in the 1970s, and he has been successful in the radio industry ever since. His 20-year run at the WXRK in New York City aired in 60 markets and has around 20 million listeners. In the early 2000s, he made a deal with Sirius XM valued at $500 million. Aside from radio, Howard has made a fortune selling books. His books in the 90s, Private Parks and Miss America sold over 1 million copies. And don't forget his appearances as a judge on America's Got Talent, with a career spanning over decades. It's no surprise that Howard owns some impressive properties. 2 of those are situated in New York. In Manhattan's Millennium Tower, he also owns 3 apartments, including a 4,149 square foot penthouse on the 45th floor. Number 7. Neymar. Another sports celebrity to grace the list. Neymar, the Brazilian-born football player, earned $95.5 million this year. As one of the world's highest paid athletes, Neymar signed his very first contract at the age of 9, and he hasn't stopped signing contracts since. His transfer from Barcelona to PSG is the most expensive sports transfer in the world at $263 million. His 5-year contract with PSG stands at $350 million, and this isn't the only source of income. In 2011, he signed an 11-year contract with Nike. Then a few weeks later, Panasonic paid $2.4 million for a 2-year contract with Neymar. At only 28 years old, Neymar has more money and fame than most people could even dream of. He has a house in Brazil worth $8 million. The home boasts 5-bedroom suites, tennis courts, a swimming pool, a state-of-the-art gym and a helipad. Number 6. Tyler Perry. You've got to be pretty big to create your own movie studio. His 2020 earnings are estimated at $97 million. Chances are when you think of Tyler Perry, you'd think of Medea. But it took a long time and a lot of work for any of his projects to become a household name. After getting his GED, he moved to Atlanta and put his life savings into making a play based on his own experiences with dysfunctional families and child abuse. In 2005, he raised the money to shoot Diary of a Black Woman, his first feature film and the beginning of his franchise. 6 years after his first film was released, his film has grossed over $500 million. He went on to work on several television shows and eventually create his own studio company. It's a 330-acre studio in Georgia, being one of the largest in the world. Number 5. Lionel Messi. Messi is making more money than almost all the other athletes in the world. $104 million in 2020 alone. That's $8.6 million a month. That's roughly $284,000 a day. At the age of 10, he had a trial with Barcelona, and the team director wanted to sign him immediately. At the age of 18, he signed his first contract as a senior player. By 2012, he was shattering records across the globe. Many think Messi is one of the greatest footballers of all time. He has a lifelong deal with Adidas for an undisclosed amount. His yearly endorsement earnings are estimated to hover around $32 million. He gives a lot of his money to charity, but leaving more than enough for him to spend on fancy houses and cars. He owns a home in Spain that overlooks the Mediterranean coast and has its own football pitch and private gym. He spent more than $6 million transforming the property into a dream estate. Number 4. Cristiano Ronaldo. When you think of footballers, 9 times out of 10, Cristiano is the player that will pop into your head. He is the most followed person on Instagram with an enormous following of 228 million. Cristiano is number 4 in the ranking of the highest paid footballers in the world with $105 million. He grew up in Portugal, sharing a bedroom with 3 other siblings. By the age of 14, he was playing semi-professional football. In 2008, he signed a 4-year contract earning him $64 million a year, not including the $40 million he makes from endorsements and with companies such as Toyota, Herbalife and Nike. He owns $27 million worth of property. His villa in Italy has an indoor and outdoor pool, 8 bedrooms and a private garden that overlooks the mountains. He also has a holiday home in Spain that is estimated to be $1.6 million. There is an infinity pool overlooking the coast, a master suite with a walk-in closet and a cinema room. Outside of Europe, he owns an $18.5 million apartment in Trump Towers. There are 3 bedrooms and 2 spa-style bathrooms. He also owns many luxury cars, a $360,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom and a $220,000 Bentley GT Speed, 2 Aston Martins and a $1.7 million Bugatti Veyron. To top all off, he also owns a private jet worth $64.5 million. Number 3. Roger Federer. Finally, an athlete that doesn't play football. Roger Federer is a world-renowned tennis player. He earns $106.3 million, making himself the number 1 highest paid athlete in the world. He has won an astonishing 20 Grand Slam titles, 8 Wimbledon men's single titles, 6 Australian Open titles, 5 US Open titles. In 2015, he amassed his 1000th victory. He has earned over $129 million in prize money over the course of his career. Most of his wealth comes from, once again, endorsements. In 2018, the study found that he was the world's most marketable sportsperson. Number 2. Kanye West. Some people love him, some people hate him, but you can't deny that Kanye West has risen from the ashes. Being bankrupt a few years ago to become the 2nd highest paid celebrity of 2020 is pretty impressive. He began his career in the 1990s. He became a household name when he contributed to Jay-Z's album The Blueprint. His debut album, The College Dropout, skyrocketed up the charts, turning Kanye into a household name. His following albums have made him one of the most celebrated musicians of the 21st century. He also launched several clothing brands and collaborations. Yeezy is worth $3 billion, and it is estimated that Yeezy alone has added $1.26 billion to Kanye's wealth. He also dabbed in music streaming services, restaurant ownership and creative content companies. Number 1. Kylie Jenner. It should come as no surprise when we tell you that the wealthiest person of 2020 is part of the Kardashian household. At $590 million, Kylie has quite easily earned the top spot on the list. Growing up on one of the biggest reality shows of all time is sure to cement you with having a pretty lucrative career. Kylie's fortune mainly comes from her makeup brand, Kylie Cosmetics. In 2019, she sold 51% of her share to Coty Inc. for $600 million at the age of 21. Kylie's business career began at the age of 14 when she and her sister Kendall Jenner collaborated with Paxson. At the same time, she worked with OPI and earned $100,000 for endorsement with them. Then she went on to do hair extensions and eventually her lip kits. Kylie Cosmetics grew rapidly due to her social media following and is estimated to be worth $900 million today. Like the other stars on this list, Kylie also makes an incredible amount of money from endorsements. She charges $1 million to do endorsements on Instagram, which isn't a bad way to keep her fortune. She also owns several homes, the first of which she bought when she was just 17. She has a $36 million, 15,350 square foot home in Homely Hills. The property has 7 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, 2 guest houses and a luxury resort style amenities. She also owns a 5-acre plot of land in the Hidden Hills for $15 million. She has flipped and sold 3 separate mansions in the Hidden Hills for millions, including a $5.3 million ranch. So that's it, the highest paid celebrities of 2020. Who would you want to spend time with to see how they spend their money? Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to click, like and subscribe to our channel. Also turn on your notifications so we can see you in the next video. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.